The question 16, the first one in the writing part, is similar to the example 9.1 and 9.2 from lesson 4.9. It is about the marginal cost and the average cost. 9.1 is about marginal cost. Before we begin this problem, let me tell you what exactly is marginal cost. So imagine you cook something, say a piece of cake. Okay, you're making cakes. You want to sell the cakes, and there are six cakes. Okay, one, two, three, four, five, six. Imagine they are identical cakes. Say brownies. So to cook the brownies, you need oven. You need, say electric supply. You need storage and all that, and you need flour. You need milk, sugar, and all this, right? So you have all these for six brownies, for exactly six you have. But what if you want to do one extra cookie? I mean, brownie. The seventh one. So the oven, the electric supply, the utensils, which are already the fixed cost, won't matter. They'll be there even for the seventh one. You don't need to again pay for these things. But you don't have any flour remaining, you don't have milk, you don't have sugar. These need to be bought in for the seventh one. The replenishable items required for the extra item or the product is basically the marginal cost. Now, over here, when X is 100, see over here, there is a company which produces X units, and this is the total cost. We need to find the marginal cost for the X 100. That means for the 100th unit, for this cost equation, for the 100th unit, how much will be the replenishable cost? That's the marginal cost. And we have to compare that to the actual cost of producing the 100th unit. So let's do this. It'll be step by step. First is step 1. That is marginal cost. What we will do is the marginal cost is given by the derivative of the total cost function. All we need to do is derive the c dash of x, or c prime, prime means derivative, or you can also call it as dash, will be equal to 0.02 multiplied by 2x, derivation of x squared is 2x, plus 2 plus 0. So the derivative over here would be equal to 0.04 x plus 2. I hope this is clear. It's 0.04x plus 2. Now what you need is to find the marginal cost at x is equal to 100, isn't it? So c prime of 100 will be 0.04 times 100 plus 2. Here only this x value becomes 100. Then the remaining things are same. It's 0.04. I've just messed it up over there, but here it's clear. And now what? Just compute this. It'll be 2 zeros, 1, 2. It'll be 4 plus 2. That is 6 dirhams. 6 AED is the marginal cost. Very simple. Whenever you have been given an equation, just find its derivative. That'll be the c prime of x. That is the marginal cost equation. So you need to substitute the x value given to you, and all you will get is the marginal cost. That is the step 1. Please write it down because we will have to do the actual cost and compare it as well. So the step 2 is the actual cost. Now, how would you find the actual cost? Let me consider this equation, or you can, because this is the total cost equation, we can put any x values and you'll get the total cost of producing so many units. Say you know the cost of producing 10 cakes, okay, 10 brownies, it costs you 100 dirhams. And you know the total cost of producing 9 brownies is 90 dirhams. So if you subtract these both, what happens is you'll get 10 dirhams. So we can find the cost of the 10th brownie by subtracting total how much we require for 10 brownies subtracted by the 9 brownie cost. That's it. So same way, what we will do over here is we will find the total cost of 100 units and then subtract it by 99 units, then we will get the 100th unit. So it is C of 100, because we are dealing with total cost function. C of 100, just use this function, minus C of 99, that is the cost of 99. That's it. Then we will get the 100th unit cost. That is the actual cost. Now then, C of 100 would be, here in this equation, all you need to do is type out x as 100, the whole square, plus 2 times 100 plus 4000. And the answer will be, you can just compute it. And then over here it is of 99. What's gonna happen? It's the same thing, but instead of 100 we have 99, and over here it's 2 times 99 plus 4000. That is equal to something. Now then what we do is actual cost, that is equal to C of 100 minus C of 99, that is equal to the two values you need to subtract, and then you find the answer. So let's use our calculators and solve it up. Here, instead of typing this out 199 each time, you just need to type the given equation, that is 0.02 x squared plus 2x plus 4000. Now just calculate at any given value. What do we need? Calculate it at 100. Sorry, it's not 200. 100, and the answer is 4400. So over here we get 4400. And then change this with 99. Calculate it at 99. So we get the value of total cost produced for 99 units, that is 4394.02. So all you need to do is subtract this 4400 minus 4394.02. It is 6 and not 6, sorry, 5.98 dirhams. So that is it. Now you can just do it in the calculator. 4400 minus the previously stored answer. The answer will be 5.98 dirhams. Now let's compare. The last step was to compare. If you compare the marginal cost, it was 6 dirham and this is 5.98. It's almost equal. You can just write it's almost the same. So these two are very important, the step 1 and step 2, finding the marginal cost and the actual cost, and that is it. So here we can see through the solution as well. We get these two. So note it's very close to the marginal cost. Also note is the okay, there's one more thing. Marginal cost is always very easy to compute, whereas to find the actual cost took us a long time, right? Finding the total cost of 100 units, subtracted with 99 units, and then you find it. But the marginal cost is very, very easy to find. Now we need to find the average cost. Now again, the same function is given, but how do we do the average cost? Let's do step 1, finding the average cost. And then it's not only that, they have given this equation, and then we need to see the company has to produce X units of a certain product. Find the production level X that minimizes the average cost. This is very important. We need to minimize the average cost. That means we have to find the increasing, decreasing, or the maximum and minimum. So, from the critical numbers, we can find this. But before that, to find the difference between the two problems, whenever they have given you average cost, generally the units will be in terms of X. Whereas marginal cost will be in terms of, they'll give you 100th unit, 50th unit, something like that. Here then, what you do is find the average from the cost function. Average is given as C bar of X. Now, how do we find this? See, the cost of 10 cakes is 100. There are total 10 cakes, right? N is 10 cakes, 100 dirhams. What is the average cost? You divide it by N, that is 10. Here it will be 10 dirhams. That's the average cost. Same way, to find the average cost of this particular function, when they produce X units, it is just C of X divided by X. Now that is 0.02 x squared plus 2x plus 4000 divided by X. How much will be the average cost of this function? We'll get 0.02x. I'll split it out and then I'll do it in stepwise, plus 4000 divided by x. So the average cost function would be 0.02 square, and this gets cancelled. It'll be only 1x, plus x cancels. It'll be only 2 over here, and 4000. This is in the denominator. When I bring it up to the numerator, the power changes. It's 1, it goes up, changes its power to minus. If this was minus 2, when it goes up, it would have been plus 2. So this is the average cost function. Okay, step 1 is done. Now we need to find the critical numbers. So step 2 would be finding the critical numbers. Critical numbers. How do we find the critical numbers? We need to derive the given function, right? We need to derive the average function, not the given function. Average function, that will be 0.02 plus 0 plus. So now what happens over here? We have negative x power minus 1. So this becomes minus 4000, and minus 1 will be minus 2. So let's make this equal to 0 equals 0.02 minus 4000 x power minus 2. Now there are different ways to solve this. One way would be taking this down to the denominator, it will be positive 2, and take it to the other side, divide 4000 by 0.02, and then take the square root. Long method, but the calculator method would be easy. The only issue is it might take some time to get the answer, but you will get the answer. So all you need to do is type it out. 0 equals 0.02 minus 4000 x. Shift and solve, and then press equal to. Now it's x power minus 2, which I realize now. Shift and solve, and then press equal to. It'll take some time, and press again equal. Okay. Now you know, in your calculators it might take much more time, but just be patient. Once you get the answer, press equal to. This is the correct answer. See, this is the correct answer. When you press equal to, it must be the same. It should not change. So it is 447.2, but since it's a product, we can't take decimal values. It should be a whole number. So x over here is equal to 447 units. Now step 1, step 2 is done. What is the step 3? Step 3, I'll write it over here, is minimum x value. Minimum cost, the x value which is required to minimize the average cost, isn't it? So what I'll do is, see, there are different ways. You can even directly find the second derivative, use this x value, solve it up. If it's positive, it is maximum. If it's minus, there are various ways. But what I always do is this value. Why? Because it's easy to understand, and the shortcuts which you just derive again and then use the x values might tend to confuse you during the exam. But this one, drawing out, easily solving up, it's very easy, you know. So let's see, the x value is 447. More than that, it goes until infinity. Here it will go until minus infinity. But since we are dealing with products, some units, we can't take negative values. We have to take from 0 to 447, 447 to positive infinity. And what is this function? This function is about the derived function, the average derived, that is dash of x. Now here you can choose any value less than 447. I'll choose 400, 446, anything, and more than this, 500. We need to know whether they are positive or negative. So let's take our calculators again. Here, this equation, which is that equation over here, 0.02 minus 4000 x raised to negative 2. Let us calculate this at what? I can just choose 446, and you can see it's minus. Or let me choose 400. Look over here, it's a minus. So this is minus at the left side. What about the right side? What if I take 448? Look over here, it's positive. Calculated at 500 units. It's positive. So this means here we have minus, here we have plus, isn't it? So it's going down and going up. Yes. Therefore, x is equal to 447 is minimum value, is the minimum. Is enough a value. You can write it. Or you can just write the same question is right over here. The production level x is equal to 447 to minimize the average cost. Or you can just tell x must be equal to 447 to minimize the average cost. So that is how we solve it. And the x value must be 447, and then we will get the minimum cost for this particular equation. Over here, we can see the same thing. We require x is 447, then we will get this cost function, the minimum. And you can see over here it's dipping until 447 units, but then it keeps on increasing as well again. So somewhere over here is the minimum most, and then it goes up again. That is the end of this question. I hope it is clear. If you have any doubts, please consider rewatching the video or posting your doubts in the comments. I hope you all will head on to the next video.